Okay. All right. So now I'm going to share with you guys the question first. Okay. So you will have um around 5 minutes to prepare. Okay. Okay, so this is the topic. All right. So you have 5 minutes to prepare from now. Right, everyone, your time is up. Your time is up. So now we are going to start. Please turn on your camera. Need to see you. Alright, Siti Nabila. Okay, before we start, wait, before we start, I would like you to time yourself for 3 minutes when you are speaking. So you time yourself on your own so that you know you don't exceed the time limit given. All right? Okay, so may I know who is the speaker A from the government side?
Me, Miss Nur Afina binti Tajul Arifin.
Okay, Afina. So what is your metric number, Afina?
277178.
277178.
78, yes.
277178, yeah? Is it correct, Afina?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Afina, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, let's start now.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to our dearest lecturer, Miss Suhana, and members of the opposing team, which are Nik Nur Shazrin binti Nik Zahidi, Wan Nur Fatin Fatiha binti Wan Anwar, Siti Nabila binti Muhammad Fadil. We are from Group 2, and my name is Nur Afina binti Tajul Arifin. I'm from the government side with my other two mates, which are Sharmila Devi, daughter of Mariapan, and Lee Sing Hong. So the motion of our debate today is obesity may lead to other harmful disease. There are a lot of harmful disease that obesity can give to us. Therefore, we as a government side strongly agree with this motion. My first point is uh, obesity can lead to a harmful disease such as heart attack. Uh, Obesity, in a simple word, obesity can be defined as overweight, uh, which means it's an abnormal fat accumulation that present to a that risk uh, that risk people health. So therefore, our body needs or require to move pressure uh, to move the blood pressure, and our body needs to work extra to move the blood around our body. Therefore, it will lead to a high blood pressure, which can common it which will to a more disease if and she or he will have a high risk or high chances to get another harmful disease such as heart attack and blood pressure. So I think I have clearly delivered my point. So I, as a first speaker of the government side, will support this motion. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Speaker A, government. So, now we move to the leader of the opposition to present her arguments.
Today, as first speaker from opposing team, I will rebut the proponent point, and henceforward we'll be talking to you about because it is a choice. But before I come to my own argument, let us first have a look at what Afina have said. Um, she said that our body needs to more pressure to work extra, and it will lead to more pressure, which can be more disease. So it can be affect someone will be heart attack. So let me let me come to my first argument, which is I do recognize that once people become obese, they might just deal with and not and not to do anything to try and change it, because it's up to us whether want to healthy or not, to avoid from uh, heart disease. So uh, and as we know, heart disease kills uh, about 16,000 people in this world. So um, with the size of obesity and the predicted, I I think that um, uh, predicted there is no chance to uh chance there is no choice to um to to live their life. So as I mentioned before, it, and that's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Shazrin. So now we move on with the next presenter. Unmute, please. I cannot hear your voice, Sharmila.
Ma'am?
I cannot hear you. Yes.
Hear me?
Yes, but not really clear.
Here. It's not clear, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, from the government side, would like to express that even though previous speaker, Nur Shazrin, mentioned about statistic data of heart attack people and everything about the obesity, and she also mentioned about whatever it is, even though it's obesity, it's depends on us to help us. I would like to refute it, and since I'm from the government side, I really agree on this statement. Obesity may lead to harmful disease. Why is it so? Diabetes is a serious matter because it is associated with a poorer mental health outcome. It's due to depression, it's due to anxiety. It's not only because of weight gaining. And moreover, it's clearly measure about the mental illness such as critical depression and also mental disorders. By this obesity problem, not we also people also can gain um, full disease such as stroke and also stroke and two types of diabetes, which is really serious, that can we can lose our family members. They've been affected to the obesity problem. And I strongly believe, and I strongly would like to stress that obesity really may lead to disease like chronic disease, like such as I mentioned just now, stroke and two type of diabetes. That's all from you.
Okay, thank you. So we move on to the next speaker. Who's the next speaker? Speaker B opposition.
Okay. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I have
Good
your metric?
afternoon.
Nabila, can I have your metric number first?
272163.
272163. Okay, all right.
Okay. Good morning. Good afternoon, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate is obesity and other harmful disease. We, the negative team, believe that this statement is true. The second affirmative speaker. The second affirmative speaker has tried to tell you about disadvantage of obesity, that is electronic disease caused by fat attack and other. So my point is being overweight can mean strong immune system. So if someone has a body that overweight, they can immune their body with health. Um, for example, if they have some accidents or else, not sure if they cover with okay, so they take it with a long time. So my second point is can mean their sleep is better. If someone have a body overweight, they can sleep with better because they have their personality that can eat easily. The advantage if someone has overweight. So if someone have a normal size, so maybe they have um uh, not have a sleep better because um their normal size is not because they can sleep better. So that's why in conclusion I I I can make sure electricity also can uh, uh, someone have a normal life. That's all from me.
Okay, let's move on to the next presenter.
Okay, everyone, my name is Yi Shen Hong with metric number 277142. I am governance side again. I strongly agree that obesity is a serious concern because it is associated with poor mental health outcomes, reduce the quality of life and leading cause in the worldwide, including diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and some types of cancer. Okay, just like my friend said, which is Mila and Afina said, the most common disease caused by the obesity is diabetes and stroke. And then this is because nearly 1.5 million American people who get the stroke, who get the diabetes in 1 year, and more than 700,000 the US people get the stroke in 1 year. Okay, I take one example lah, okay, which one is from my house. Just like in my house, I have one cousin who is obesity, and then and and he is still eating a lot of oily food, and it has made him like body has a lot of pimples, and then like fat lah always, but he also lazy to exercise, and it made it brings many disease to to him. Again, okay, thank you.
Right. So that is the end for the presentation. One more speaker. I will conduct another session with her since she's having technical problem. Okay. Basically, is the topic tough? Is the topic tough? Because it seems that you are quite confused on your arguments. Okay, as for government side, it is easier for them compared to the opposition side. Opposition side, supposedly you have to actually contra the argument by saying that harmful diseases are not caused only by obesity but can be caused by other factors. So that should be your argument, right, for the opposing team. But in terms of presentation wise, for Afrina just now, Afrina content wise average, but the delivery was not really smooth and clear. You were like too anxious when you want to speak, all right? Lack of eye contact, keep looking at the notes. As for Shamila, in terms of language control, no problem. In terms of delivery, okay, but I think you can do better. You can improve because just now, like you were like too focused on your notes. And for the last presenter, Shen Hong, I can say an average one. Okay, an average presentation. Give an example of real example, which is good. All right, you can relate, but hope that you can do better lah for future presentation. As for the opposing team ni, your arguments were out of tangent tu lari lah. Alright, it's not like because the arguments, because sometimes I know when it is like 5 minutes preparation, maybe you don't have much time to think, but actually the argument should be other factors that contribute to harmful diseases rather than obesity. So that should be the answer. All right, that's all everyone. Thank you very much. So I'll see you guys again this Thursday. Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
madam.
Bye.
Thank you, Mandel.
Okay.